Looks like we're live now. This live stream is mainly going to be experimenting so that I get the best possible picture and sound when I go live at Kongsberg. And from you guys, so I'd like you to, report back on how the sound is, and also leave in the comments questions both for fellow Angelina Jordan fans and for Angelina Jordan herself, if I somehow manage to get backstage and be able to interview her. I'm a shy guy and I don't have a lot of interview skills, so you guys can help me out. So now one thing I want to try now, I am using the back lenses of my camera. I have a photography background and so I like it to be good quality, and the main back lens of a phone camera is always considerably better than the selfie one. So I'm planning to use that like I'm using now, but the problem is then I can't see any comments that are going on the screen. So I thought that when I was interviewing somebody, then I could turn the good camera around to be facing them, and when I'm asking them stuff, I could be looking at any comments going on the screen. But I want to see if you can hear me. I have the shotgun microphone on here and it will be facing the wrong way when I turn it around, but I'm going to try and be really close to the phone. So that's one thing I'm going to do now, is turn it around and continue talking and check out if anybody's commented yet. Carter says that it sounds good, and I'm wondering if people can hear me now. I'm talking about 2 inches away from my camera, from my phone, but I also have the microphone pointed the wrong way. Yes, somebody, RW716 says that the sound is good, but the video is a little bit squeaky and it's dim. This is one reason why I do not want to... Yeah, I better get back here where we know we can hear this better. That's one reason why I don't want to live stream in the actual concert, because you're not allowed to have a tripod, and the stabilization apparently doesn't work when you are live streaming. These phones have really good stabilization, but not when you're live streaming. Apparently that's like disabled. So one question I have, guys, is when I had it turned the other way, I was talking, were you able to hear what I was saying? If not, I'm going to maybe just have to go with the selfie camera. Not as good quality, but I can see what's going on at all times. And, maybe that would work better, because the quality really isn't going to be that much better with the back cameras, given that it's a live stream. Anyway, so I'm going to show you the view again now, turning it around, seeing what you have to say. All right, I am told that it was very hard to hear me, so I'm probably going to have to use the selfie camera when I am going live in Kongsberg, because that way I can see the screen at the same time, and it's important to see what's going on, what people are commenting. Now, one thing I'm going to try and do, but please, give your suggestions for questions for Angelina Jordan. Some questions that I thought of are, how many original songs are going to be on the album? If she has at least a rough date for when the album is going to be released. If it's going to have any duets on it. And those are the main questions that I thought of for her. So for the fans that I interview, of course I'm going to ask them, kind of general things like, what did you think of the concert? But if you could think of some other questions, that would be good. Okay, I'm going to turn it around again and see what you guys had to say. Okay, Peter. All right, Peter Carter says that my questions sound good, but we'll try to think of others. I guess there's going to be a transcript of this chat, so I'll be able to look at that later. Popeye, yes, that's a good question. When will the album be released? All right, continuing on my beach walk. It's really too bad that the stabilization is turned off. You guys were saying it's dim. We'll also have to see how the playback, the non-live playback, looks like on YouTube, because that's important too. Most people are going to see it not live. I'm going over to my house right now. Let's see if my cat will want to say anything to you. I'll show you my cat while I look at what you guys were saying. Okay. Yeah, I'm just seeing. So I'm seeing if the question was asked, where should people put their questions? So I thought in this chat here, because there should be a transcript of it that I can look over the chat. This is so new to me. I wanted to make sure that the announcement of it beforehand went smoothly, and I didn't do that right. I kept changing the thumbnail, but I think I know now how you can take a picture in advance so you have a thumbnail ready to go. Because of course, before the concert, I'll want to announce so that people are ready for when the live stream comes on. Oh, and by the way, if I get a chance to interview Angelina Jordan, I'm probably not going to want to have that be live, just because I want it to be super good quality. But maybe other people could be with me, and they could record it as a live stream. That's one thing I wanted to ask you guys, that people who know that you're going to be there. I know nothing about trying to go backstage and what you try to do. Obviously, you don't just walk backstage and pound on the door, but I would sure love to get a chance to see Angelina Jordan. I'm going to bring her book with me. I think there's a good chance that if I do get to see her, I won't be able to say a word, but I hope that I will be able to. But so in addition to this get-together of the fans, that's another thing to think about. I'm talking to Alan Papier here and other people that I will be there. What to get a chance to actually see Angelina Jordan backstage, because of course that would be wonderful. Okay, I'm going to turn this around again and check what you guys have been saying. All right, Andy, I'm seeing what you said there about it would be awesome if I got to see her backstage, but you think it's unlikely. I think it's unlikely too. But I'm wondering, can you hear me when I'm talking? I'm going to talk quite a bit here. I'm right next to the microphone, but it's facing the wrong way. And you should be seeing some surfers here. All right, so I'm going to turn it back around again. And this isn't going to go on too much longer. Like I said, this is mainly a dry run to make sure that I've got it technically as good as I can. So what I'm going to do now is, and this might make it totally stop functioning or you can't hear the sound. So if that happens, then we'll kind of end this live stream at that point. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch the microphone so it's facing the other way and switch to the selfie camera if I can. So That's what I'm going to do now. Sorry, it's in my hand. Okay. Sorry about this. I just got to put this on here. All right, now. Okay, so now I have switched to the selfie cam so I can see everything. And okay, yeah, of course it was the switch there was audible, but the question is now, okay, now I can see myself on the screen. And the question is, because I remember last time I did this, when I did some switching back and forth with the cameras, and it seemed like it went more out of sync then. So first of all, can you guys hear me? Okay, better sound now. Popeyes has better sound. Okay. Still kind of jerky. When I'm walking, it's jerky, right? But I bet if I stay still, it's not jerky. Huh, the sound, it says the sound is better when I'm using the selfie cam. Okay. All right, so that's good to know that when I'm using the selfie cam, the sound is better. The sound is really important, and so, of course, I'm going to look at this afterwards and see if the see what the video is like. All right. So yeah, it looks like we're going to use the selfie cam because that way I can see what's going on. And, you know, interviewing people, I could just have them, I guess, you know, I could have, here's the guy I'm interviewing next to me, and that way, you know, we would both be on the mic. That would make sense. Yeah, I expected the video quality would go down somewhat switching to the selfie camera. The selfie camera is definitely not nearly as good quality as the back camera. That's why I was really hoping to use the back camera, but not if the sound is bad. All right, well, thanks for your suggestions for, you know, for questions. Am I in sync now, or am I kind of delayed? I don't see any comments right now. I am in sync. All right. Okay, good. I have this fur ball that covers up part of the screen. You know, it's like a wind sock to keep the wind noise down. All right, good. Well, that means that I would be able to switch cameras without losing sync. Yeah, mediocre video. That's why I do not want to live stream the actual concert. I want it to be best possible quality video. So, thank you guys. Any questions for me? Because I think we've kind of done what I wanted to do here. I'm going to take off my glasses. Yeah, it's in sync. That's good. We'll see if the playback is also in sync. And so the only question I can think of for the fans is, like, you know, what was your favorite song? I imagine she's going to have a surprise, like a new song or some original song she didn't. Of course, I'm going to ask what they thought of that. It's where they're from, how far they've traveled. Yes, I am going to have a good time. That's the main thing. Another question I have here, just looking at this, is I don't see a way to end this. It says live. I'm such a newbie with social media. All right, I'm going back up to my house here. Okay. What if I'm just standing still? What is the focus like if I'm just standing still? Okay, and I won't have such a bright background. If I'm just standing still, oh yeah, U.S. tour date would be a good thing to ask. So when I'm just standing still here, does the focus kind of stay constant, or? Yeah, I'm going to make sure that I enjoy, Michael. Yeah, I have a feeling that her album isn't coming until Christmas. I sure hope I'm wrong, but it would be great if it's kind of the album release coincides with these concerts and she sings some original songs in these concerts. That's what I'm really looking forward to. But even if it's all songs we've heard before, I'm sure it's going to be great. All right. Yeah, live is just the camera can't do all of the processing that it normally does of stabilizing and everything. That's too bad. So given these issues with the quality of the sound and the picture, that's one thing is I don't have to be live. Yes, Andy, that's true. The cutoff for the Grammys is something to be considered. So a lot of people release albums, for the Christmas season, but if she wanted to be eligible for the Grammys. But that's another question, you guys, is, I don't have to do this live given the quality issues, but it seems like that would be more fun to, see it as it's actually happening. So I guess I'd like you guys to weigh in on that. Should I just record you guys, but not live so that the quality is better? We don't have a shaky camera. Yeah, the Grammys. If she wins a Grammy, I think that's when her career totally takes off. I kind of agree about quality over live. So, yeah, I think I'm kind of splitting the difference here. The concert is going to be not live, so we get the best quality. But kind of before and after, it'll be good to get some live stuff. Of course, I'm also going to record some not live stuff. A lot of behind the scenes, shots of the audience and everything. Maybe maybe get some drone shots before and after. Yes. Oh, there's Philip there. Yeah, I'll check the 4G performance. And right, so Bruce is saying that the video clarity isn't good in selfie mode, that it's blurry. Yeah, maybe somebody else will be there. That's something else to think about. It's not really that hard to do this on your phone. So that's another thing to do is like Alan Papier or somebody who already has a channel. They on their phone could do could do a live version while I'm doing a non-live version, or vice versa. All right, well, I think this is about it for me. Like I said, this is mainly experimenting because I want to make sure it goes smoothly. So I think what I'm going to do now, here's my other cat. I think what I'm going to do now is try and stop it here. If I just hit the live button, what happens is it say it's over. Okay, so I might be going off right now. Let's see what happens when I press this button. It seems like nothing happened. So I don't know. Now that's another question. How do you make it stop being live? How do you end it? Let's see if I press this X over here. Oh, okay, so now I know how to do it. There's an X in the right corner that if I press that, that will end it. All right, well, I guess I will end this unless you guys have any more questions for me. Just a learning experience here. I do, yeah, when I go on vacation, I come back and I make these 2-hour long videos based on 10 hours of recording. So I'm going to have a lot of material from Kongsberg. So, you won't see it right away, but you will be able to see a lot of stuff. Now, I don't know if we're going to be able to see complete songs because I'm working on getting permission from Angelina's team, and that's very difficult. and they might be planning to release it themselves, and I don't want to step on them doing that. So we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But certainly, if I don't get permission, I will do I'll probably do some reactions where I show these long excerpts from it as a reaction format or something, or put the complete versions on my Patreon or something like that. All right, so thank you guys for participating, and I guess I'm going to sign off now. People are saying the focus is not good, so yes, it will be interesting to look back at how it looks, the non-live version, so I'll be looking at that later. Okay, thank you guys. Aloha from Hawaii, and I'm going to sign off now.